Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, only you can prevent forest fires. It is the October LP. Everything I did, everything I wanted to do, everything I started, etc., etc., etc. in the month of October, we're going to talk about it. First things first. I have not, in the last few episodes, and oh my gosh, have I heard about it, I have not said anything about my co-host, Miss Hetty. Miss Hetty, she is my faithful companion and has been here ever since day one in July of 2022. I love her. She is the best. And I don't, just trying to get back into the, trying to get back into the swing of things after having not filmed videos in a little while. Mistakes have been made. We'll just say it that way. Here she is, and today she is sporting my lovely, what is it called? It is called the Briar, I want to say it's like the Briar Patch cardigan. It's by, wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Like, just completely shut down my brain. I love her. I make like all of her patterns and I can't think of her name right now. Whoa! I'm so sorry. Anyway, I made this last year using yarn from Blue Mountain Farms. It's their, y'all, come on. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. Blue Mountain Farms, their yarn is called, this is not right. Okay, great. Okay, first of all, the pattern is by Grace for the Frills. Thank you. And the yarn is like, it's made up of all of the like scrap yarn that's left behind when they make yarn for other companies and stuff. And it's called, what is it called?
Later.
Oh Lord, what is it called? I can't think of what it's called, and it's killing me. This company has closed and it makes me so sad because I was hoping to buy some more of this yarn so I can make another one of these cardigans. I love this pattern. This cardigan actually does stay up on my shoulders just right. And okay, she's a little lopsided, right? Okay, let's fix that. Okay, I feel like she looks much better now. Yeah, love the pattern, love the sweater, love the yarn. I just hate that I cannot get any more of it, or that I can remember the name of it. It's killing me. It's literally, the name of it's on the tip of my tongue. As we talk, maybe it'll pop up because, you know, that's how that usually works for me. Now that we've discussed Miss Hetty, let us get into the makes for October. Finished objects. These 3 squares.
What?
Or was it those 3 squares?
Uh-oh.
No. These 3 squares. These are from the Aberdeen Wools Pickle Jar Super Skinny Mini you know, the really, really small, the micro, I think they're called micro skeins. Yeah. And the colors were, this one was my color, my calendar inspiration color. And this was Judy's Creations in Crochet color inspiration, I think. And this one is not from the Aberdeen's wool, but it's actually from We Crochet. And the color, I think it's called like eucalyptus or something. Eucalyptus tonal. I love We Crochet's fingering weight yarns. My favorite yarn I used to get like all the time from We Crochet was Felici. Oh, I don't know if it was the self-stripingness of it, and now I'm thinking, is it a self-striping yarn? I don't know. As a crocheter, self-striping yarn doesn't always translate well. I just loved the Felici yarn. It was always so soft. It was always so like, it felt good in your hands, and I only used it to make socks with. And for a while, you know, I was like on a serious sock making kick, almost as much as like my shawl making kick. See, look, and I didn't even do that on purpose, but here's my shawl. Okay, y'all, I know the shirt doesn't make any sense, but it'll make sense later. Trust me. This is made with, I think it's called Unsolved. It's by We Crochet Static, and I made this shawl last year as my homage to Doctor Who, because it looks like black and white, like film, you know, because like black and white wasn't always just black and white. There were definite like shades in between there. Anyway, currently, like, when I get in my feels, and I think it's sometime like in September, October time frame, I get in my feels and all I want to do is watch old movies. And by old movies, I don't mean like Peter Parker's idea of old movies from the 80s. I mean old movies like from the 1940s. I love like classic Hollywood comedy. I can't deal too well with like serious movies. I think like one of my favorite black and white serious movies, I can tell you there's two. So there's 12 Angry Men and To Kill a Mockingbird. But when I'm in that mood, right, I need like Jean Arthur, I need Cary Grant, I need like Katharine Hepburn, that kind of black and white movie. But that is like, and like every year I always watch this movie, and my husband introduced me to this movie, which is so funny because I used to think that, you know, before he and I got married, that I knew I feel like I brought a pretty good library of films, you know, with me into our relationship, right? And then he kind of like opened my mind to all these other stuffs, and then I was like, oh, apparently I wasn't that cool. But you know, he's much older than I am, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But anyway, he introduced a movie called It Happened on Fifth Avenue. It is my comfort movie. It is my go-to when the whole world is falling apart and I just need to feel good. It happened on Fifth Avenue. It has Gail Storm and like Alan Hale Sr. is in it also. The guy who played the dad on the TV show Hazel, he's in the movie too. I don't remember his name, right? Charles Ruggles. I think he's in it also. Really good movie. Really good, wholesome, feel good movie. And I went to find it on streaming services recently, and I just typed in It Happened. And can I just tell you, I have no idea how we got here, by the way. Can I just tell you that there were so many movies that came out prior to 1960, I'll just say it that way, that had the term "It Happened" in the title. It happened on Fifth Avenue, and of course It Happened One Night with Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert, I think. It Happened Tomorrow. It Happened Every Thursday. So many movies with It Happened in the title. I'm going to give myself a project, me and my husband. We're going to watch all of these It Happened movies as long as they're comedies. That's the only, like, you know, caveat. Lots of movies with It Happened in the title. In case it's ever on, you know, pub trivia or something or other, there you go. There was a lot of movies with the title It Happened. I did watch Father of the Bride. Love Father of the Bride. Probably my favorite movie ever. And I loved the Steve Martin version. I've watched it twice already in the last month. I love that movie, y'all. Love it. Anyway, then we watched Father of the Bride 2. Love that movie also. I am trying to find Father of the Bride, the original with Spencer Tracy. I've seen it many, many, many times, but I can't find it because I want to rewatch it. And then apparently there was a remake in 2022 with Andy Garcia and Gloria Estefan.
Huh?
It was really good, y'all. It was so good. It was surprisingly good. It's not like a remake in the sense that it's a traditional remake. Like there's no, like, you know, like, I'm going to stop saying like the Spencer Tracy, Steve Martin movie. You can definitely see that one was a remake, even though they kind of made some tweaks and changes, obviously, to update it to the 90s. But the 2022 version of it, the only similarity is the fact that it's a man whose daughter is getting married. They changed the whole thing, but it works. It was so good. It was such a good movie. And I think we watched it. It was either on Hulu or Tubi. In case you're wondering, all of these classic movies that I've been watching as of recent, there's a bunch of them on Tubi. I watched Bringing Up Baby last night, and another one, Bachelor Mother. I have no idea who's in that because I didn't recognize any of the, you know, like I didn't recognize anybody from the thumbnail. It's on Tubi, and Tubi is free. There's a commercial every now and again. Sometimes it's in a weird place, but what am I saying? Bachelor Mother. It had David Niven in it. Why did I tell you all of that? Because I was telling you the things that I did in October. Because these 3 squares are all I have to show as far as my completed crochet projects. Next up, whips. I have 2 active whips. The first one is a sweater. I have made this pattern a gazillion times. It is by Grace for the Frills. However, I am tweaking it. I say that. This one is probably closest to the original pattern that I have done in a very long time.
Ooh, pretty.
So far, a difference that I have done is I have the ribbing as a different color. When I bought this yarn, I think I got like 12 skeins or 10 skeins of this purple. I think it's called aubergine, and only 2 skeins of this dark teal. And Not Hetty suggested that I kind of do it this way. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I got a wild hair and decided to just add in this little striping here. The plan is for the rest of it to be this aubergine purple color. And then depending on how long I make the sleeve, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be a cuff anyway. And whatever the cuff, whatever length it is, the cuff is also going to be in this teal color. I love this. I love this. I love this. Now, it is made using Patton's Classic Wool DK Superwash. Each of these, it's only 125 yards, but again, I have 10 of them, so I know it's going to be plenty. I think I've only used 2. Yeah, this is like the end of the second skein. I think it's 2 so far. And I got probably 4 more rounds, and then I'll be ready to split for sleeves. This is just a granny square shawl. I said all that and didn't say what it was. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's called eggplant or aubergine, and I prefer aubergine because it just sounds fancy. But I got it at Ollie's, and it was $1.99. I did not know that there was superwash Patton's wool, and I didn't know that there was DK Patton's wool. So to find DK Superwash Patton's wool was truly a find. So that's my first WIP. The pattern is called Crochet. No. See this? It has like 2 different names. Crochet Christmas Ruffle Sweater, and then here it says Holly Berry Crochet Sweater. So it's one of those 2. I've used the pattern a lot and I've tweaked it. I've made like several summer versions of it, you know, like using different cotton, but also different neckline, and then striping. And the pattern is super, super easy. And that's the reason why I use it so often. But I really do want to try a different sweater pattern. And as a matter of fact, I have printed out 3 different patterns that I would like to try to get my brain to just say, it's okay, make a different sweater pattern, Jackie. The first one is called the, Boisfort Top by Katie Peterson of KT and the Squid. My printer is a LaserJet and it's only black and white, so there's that. It uses sport. Okay, it says sport. It also says fine. Okay, I guess you can make it in any weight because it's sport, fine, and 4 weight. It's sized from 28 to 52 inch bust, and there's 6 inches of positive ease. So this is one of the contenders. The first thing that kind of gives me pause, because it's always a thing, this is made bottom up. And I think it's bottom up, but not in the round. Let's see. Okay, it's bottom up in the round. But me and bottom up, you know, I like to be able to try things on. That's all. Second sweater is the Homebody Sweater. It's really hard to see that one. I'm sorry. It's a small picture. It is by Megan Shames. I'm not certain. You make a front and a back and then, you know, add the sleeves and stuff. So it's going to have that boat neck, which not a big fan, but at the same time, I like how this sweater looks. Like it fits like a nice oversized fit. So yeah. And it uses DK weight and a K hook. That's a 6.5 millimeter. Yeah, it's going to be quite holy. So maybe I won't do that one because I don't want it. I don't want a sweater that I have to layer. I guess it would depend on what yarn I would use to make that with. And the third top option should be totally up my alley because of me and this obsession with grannies lately. It is a granny stitch top down top. It's called the Maria top and it's by Originally Lovely. Now, the original one is made using Kubu. Okay. Now, see, Lynn Ann's got me saying Kubu, even though it's Kobu. Anyway, it's originally made in Lion Brand Kobu, but I know that if I change out the yarn, it would make it like if I used a wool or a wool blend, then it's going to make it a warmer top, right? Or I can even use acrylic because I still have like a nice healthy booty size stash of the Mary Maxim Ultra Mellow Spun DK. So anyway, if I change out the yarn, it would definitely work for a fall/winter top. And it is made top down. So let's review. Top down, granny, raglan. I have no reason not to do this one. None. No reason. And I have, again, plenty of yarn, whether I do it in one color or multiple colors. I think that was kind of where the hang up was because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do one color or multiple colors. I didn't even show it to you. Here it is. And I will put a link to each of the patterns that I have mentioned here, just so that, you know, y'all can share in this decision dilemma with me. I'm leaning, again, I'm leaning toward the granny top, but I also really like the stripe. But the granny is top down, raglan granny. Decisions. All right, still talking about whips. All right, so that one was the first one, and my second whip is, I can't remember what it is called. Oh, let's see. The Renewal Granny Square Vest, and it's by Jess Capom of the Make and Do crew. And as the name implies, it is a granny vest. I'm doing mine out of some Mary Maxim Ultra Mellow Spun DK. This is a discontinued yarn. I'm very, very sorry. This is my favorite acrylic yarn on the planet ever, and I need it all. I have, like I said, a nice booty size stash of it, but the more I use it, the less I have. This color is called Dark Teal, and I used this actually to make a sweater for Not Hetty last year. And as a matter of fact, the pattern that I used, I'm almost certain, is the same one that I'm using for this sweater that I just showed you by Grace for the Frills. You make 2 panels first. So here's the front panel. Now, a difference that I'm already doing from the original pattern is I'm using DK, and this requires worsted. But since it's just, you know, you make it to the size that you need, not a big deal. The sizing goes from a 30 to a 62-inch bust. After you make the squares, you do something, I think, on the sides to kind of make it to where you can join them on the side, and then you do something at the top here. So it's something super simple. I wanted a vest because I don't have a vest. I didn't do it in multiple colors, even though some of the patterns or some of the projects that have been done on here are adorable in their multiples of colors. Someone made this for their Rhinebeck sweater last year, which I love. I love seeing, well, you know, I love seeing crochet out in the wild, but especially at Rhinebeck, because, you know, Rhinebeck is like the knitter's mecca, and it seems like, I mean, it's a thing, you know, you have to bring or wear or make something for Rhinebeck. It's not like, you know, just running down to Walmart, but, you know, you wear your makes. And like, there's Christy Glass, like, when I first even found out about Rhinebeck, I was watching her videos because she would like, tell me about your Rhinebeck sweater. And I think back in 2021, 2022, I saw, you know, I watched like all those videos and then anything Rhinebeck, because I was like, I need to understand what this is. She did one for this year, and I'm just looking around, just even because she talks to certain people, but you can also see things going on in the background. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm seeing all of these, you know, crocheted sweaters and cardigans in the background. And even Ravelry, you know, they did a little thing on the homepage of Ravelry about Rhinebeck, and several of the patterns that they are featuring are crocheted patterns. I love seeing that. I wanted a vest, and I think I may have seen somebody on either YouTube or Ravelry in their Rhinebeck vest, and that's where I found this pattern. So that's what I'm doing here. So I've already done the front panel. I am probably just, I don't even have the other piece in here. I'm just getting started. I'm probably maybe a fourth of the way through on the other panel, and hopefully within the next week or two I will have it finished. I'm splitting my time now between this sweater, the vest, and life. And I've spent so much time in life lately and not enough time in crochet lately that I'm feeling the effects of lack of crochet. I carry it with me everywhere I go and still can't seem to actually crochet, and it has affected me. I don't know. This is a very special episode. Crochet brings me peace. Crochet brings me calm, and it's almost like meditative because, you know, especially when it's, again, the granny stitch, you don't have to pay any attention. You just, but it's just something that helps you to just, I say you, that helps me to just feel like, I know I'm crazy. I know that the world is a crazy place, but I'm taking time to just, and I know that as we get closer to the wedding, that, you know, stress is going to intensify greatly. But I've already like put it out to my family that if I can't crochet through this, they will find me on the top of a water tower. I have to have me. I have to have me time. I'm doing, and that's great. And it's, you know, because that's what we do, right? But yeah. So when I sat down to record and I looked and I said all I did in October was make 3 squares that literally take me 10 minutes per square. So I had 30 minutes of crochet time in an entire month, and it was a month that had 31 days in it. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. So we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. All right. What's next? The future. Well, I think I already kind of just touched on what the future is. So we'll just move on to stuff I got. Nada. Nothing. I got nothing. Now, as of today, which today is November 3rd, as of recording, you'll be happy to know that I did, in fact, make a purchase, a yarn purchase for me, from one of my newest favorite yarn dyers, which is Falling Leaf Fibers. And I introduced y'all to her earlier this year because she did the colorway for the I Love the 80s Mal, which was, you know, the Pac-Man and the Rainbow Bright. Oh, I love her yarn so much. And I'm actually going to make something with, we, over the summer, like early summer, like late spring, early summer, Not Hetty and I rearranged my yarn stash, and you know, we did a whole lot of stuff in here, right? And it's like ever since they've been put like on shelves and in containers, I'm sure it's the timing of everything. I just like feel like I don't have any yarn. I'm looking at it, right? I'm literally looking at the yarn and I'm saying to myself,
you have yarn.
But when I'm looking at you and talking to you, I feel like I have no yarn. I have been so like disconnected from everything yarn and crochet, and even YouTube doesn't show me Crystal at Bag O' Days videos anymore. So that right there is telling that YouTube is like,
Jackie, what the heck? What's happening?
Mr. Al Gore rhythm, I'm still here. So show me the stuff. I need all the stuff again. I need to know. I need to be able to reconnect with my community because I'm missing all the good stuff. That's a future plan. My future plan is to buy some yarn. Okay. let's see, what else? Oh, it's time to flip the calendar. Hey, 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 flip the calendar. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Are we oohing? Are we eyeing? What do we got? Oh, look. Oh, I like this. I like this. Oh. I'm sorry. I don't know what accent that was. This. Oh, I love this. I love this. It's, oh, look at that. I think this is going to be like my motivator, like for what I'm looking for. To the jar. You know, this is November, and I really thought that I'd have less yarn than I do. I don't remember how many I started with now, but that jar still seems pretty full. That's not quite the right one. No. I'm not feeling that one either. I think I'm going to use this one. Ta-da! For my second square, as usual, it will be the bird inspiration from Judy's Creations and Crochet. I have not looked at her November inspiration photo yet, so hopefully it's one of those two that I already showed you and I don't have to dig through the jar again. But if it's not, I'll dig through the jar, and maybe I'll just pop all of those things in here, so like you'll see the inspiration photo and then maybe the square that I make as a result, or at least the yarn. So there's that. Okay, I've done everything out of order, but that's mainly because there was just nothing. I feel almost like a fraud even coming to you saying, hey, let's look at the LP. But you know, I'm just this is what life is looking like right now. You know. Yeah, I'm trying to keep like my obligations to a minimum. Like I've seen a couple of test crochet opportunities come up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a bit. But no. I will just reserve my time for crocheting for me, or for crocheting when I want, how I want, like not a pattern test. Now come February, because the wedding is February 1st and Fiber Fun in the SIP is February 22nd. No, February 21st and 22nd. I am going. I have to. Fiber Fun in the SIP. That was my very first Fiber Festival. Okay, so I guess this is a future plan. But okay. All right. It was my very first Fiber Festival. I went in 2023. They did not have one in 2024 because they were changing it from the end of the year fall time. They're moving it and shifting it to early spring or late winter, to make it a little bit easier, because it seems like a lot of the festivals are at the end of the year, in fall. And just to make it easier, I guess, on the vendors, but also those of us who are, attending, just make it a little bit easier for us to kind of plan. You just see so many vendors and it's so many yarns, and especially if it's yarns that you've always wanted to try but never touched, or just you're touching yarn for the first time, or, whatever. It can be something that you want to save up for, if that makes sense. I wasn't going to be able to go initially because one of my friends was originally supposed to be getting married on February 22nd, but they changed their date to January. So yay! A couple of my YouTube sisters are also planning to go to the Fiber Fun in the SIP, which will be the first time that we're meeting in person. And one of those people is my evil twin. Y'all, I'm going to say this right now. Okay, I don't know what the weather predictions for February, like late February, but if it's unseasonably hot or unseasonably cold that weekend, you'll know it's because me and Lynn Ann are in the same space. I am so looking forward to it, because not only is she going to be there, but also Charmed Grammy. Lynette's going to be there, and I think Joe from Joe's Web is going to be there. This is going to be so much fun. And plus, you know, yarn and yarn. So yarn with yarny people, yarny YouTubers, yarny just, so I have to go. I mean, I'm going. I'm going. And I'm so excited about that. Now, see, now I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to make to go to Fiber Fun in the SIP? Hey, if people make Rhinebeck sweaters, why not make Fiber Festival sweaters in general? We can have Fiber Fun in the SIP sweaters. Ooh, SIP sweaters. I kind of like that, but it's Mississippi, February, which means it might be hot, it might be cold. So maybe it should be like Fiber Fun in the SIP tops. I kind of like SIP top. It's like, it's 7 o'clock. I'm in the SIP top. Forgive me.
A few moments later.
I am glad that I got to sit and spend time with you. Let me know what you were working on while I was chatting, because I definitely chatted a lot. You know, I always wanted to say, it's like, right now I'm almost at an hour as far as recording. So if I leave this in, right, and then when I edit it, because, you know, it's going to be heavily edited. And just to give you an idea as to how much actually gets chopped off. It'll be an hour of filming. And then, I don't know, maybe you'll get 40 minutes of actual content. So I'm saying this, so editing Jackie, please leave this in, because I want to make this as a marker so we can see what happens. Yeah, after all that stuff. If you like this video, please like this video. Do me a favor also. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm on Instagram, CrochetDHD. So if you're on Instagram, could you give me a follow over there? Cause I'd love that. We do have also a Ravelry group. It's called the GlamFam. So we can share ideas. We can talk, we can do whatever, and we can do whatever things, right? All of the things we can do. If you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, you can do that by clicking that. Look at me, clicking that subscribe button. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.